Soul family. How are you all feeling today after that incredible full moon? I feel fabulous. I'm wondering how many of you woke up feeling this way. The last full moon, I woke up really, really emotional. You know, it was like, oh my God. And I've had several emails from people telling me that today, that it was really, really hard for them. And I don't know, man. Maybe because I had already made I had pretty much made my choice, you know. I had kind of set my feet on the soul's path, and that's kind of what Spirit says. You know, if you already have your feet set, moving forward on your soul's path, where you're meant to go, when the stuff like that happens, when the major energy shifts come in, it's not as tumultuous for you. You know, change is always difficult. I mean, I'm thinking I got to sell my canoe now, which makes me sad, the ruby slipper, because where's there to canoe in Sedona, you know? Nowhere. But, gosh, it's beautiful outside today. Look outside. It's incredible. Lily had me up all night long, as you probably saw from my posts. She is the biggest pain in my ass that I love. You know, how can you love somebody who's such a pain in the ass? Oh my God. My daughter needs me. She's going to Canada for 8 days, as I said, and she needed me to watch her animals, and I thought I was going to be able to bring Lily, and she said no, so I'm like, and she's really mad at me right now, but I don't know. What do you want me to do? I mean, you guys saw. I can't leave her. She'll freaking die. The cat is just like desperate for me. This is what we're working with today. Haven't worked with it for a really, really long time. So, the Gaia Oracle. Tony Carmine Salerno, one of my faves. You guys know that. Oh, I'm excited about Sedona. You don't even know. Once you make your decision and you start thinking about things, I was, you know, making my bed, wandering around in this place, looking at the things, and I thought, and I said to the universe, you know, I put out a post this morning. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'm going to reiterate. First of all, I changed my banner, and it's all Sedona, because you want to put out to the universe the direction you're going, right? And allow the universe to bring it to you. So somebody wrote to me this morning. I was speaking about how when I get ringing my right ear, you know, to me it's the night side. And my friend wrote and said, I don't know, you know, if I get sometimes it's ringing in my right, sometimes it's ringing in my left. I don't understand. Like, how do I know what's what? And I said, that's what it is for me, right? But then I said, this is my message to her. Make a choice. When I hear it on my right side, it's coming from the dark side. When I hear it from my left side, it's coming from the light side, because that's my heart side, right? Anything on the left is your heart side. So, you make the choice, and Spirit will bring it to you. So you don't understand it. Let's see. They bring it to you so you understand it. You don't have to try and understand what it's trying to tell you. You tell it what you need to understand, right? So it's kind of like the universe is working for us. We're not working for the universe. The universe works for us. I don't know how many of you guys realize that, but here's my post. I put up the picture, and it's interesting. It's myself, and I was with my friend Bill Klausmeyer. We were up in where were we? We were in at the Grand Canyon, first time I'd ever gone. And there I find, I'll show it to you. I find this sculpture of a ram, a bighorn ram, and we saw them everywhere up there. And that's me. I'm the ram. Rams are sure-footed. They know where they're going, right? Spirit said when the great wave comes, go to the mountain. The mountain is here. So I said, make a choice, and Spirit will bring it to you so you understand it. You don't have to try and understand what it's trying to tell you. You tell it what you need to understand. I made my choice, and it's Sedona. So how is it going to happen? And now Spirit will answer me. Period. You'll figure it out. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to sit here and stress and think, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I put out a bunch of feelers. You know, I do what I need to do. I'll be shown the things that I need to be taken care of. Like, do I take the new car or do I take my convertible? There is snow in Sedona. We don't get a lot, but we do get snow in Sedona. But the rest of the time, my little convertible is a blast in Sedona. So I will listen. And same thing with you. The universe works for you. They're waiting for your input. They're waiting for you to ask them. You know, or just say, this is what I want. And then let go of it. It's like making a wish. You wish, you know, shoot for the moon. And if you land amongst the stars, you'll be happy, right? So Spirit's saying, tell us what you want and let us figure it out. It doesn't have to be, why think small? I have always thought way too small. So this time I thought, I'm not going there with just a suitcase. I'm not going there with just a couple of things. Every time I've moved to a new place, like Wisconsin or Sedona, I show up with suitcases. And I lived in both places. Like I lived in Wisconsin for a year with barely anything, with just the stuff I brought on my back, which was kind of fun at the time. But when I got to Sedona, same thing, and I had this really cool 2-bedroom place, and it would have looked beautiful, and I kept thinking, my things would be so beautiful here. My things would look so beautiful here. And I don't have a lot, but I walked around in here and I thought, I want that dresser. I want my mom's cabinet. I want that love seat. I want this desk. I want this screen. There's things that I want. There's not a lot, but I'm going to damn well bring them. So I'm going to let Spirit figure out how that's going to happen. So also another question I was asked yesterday. Oh, I'm going to light some incense for us. I was asked yesterday, how do we know what time frame these cards are for? Like when you pull a card. So yesterday, a card jumped out, right? It just jumped out of the pile. And it was, I can't even remember right now what it was. And it was something like, I don't know. It was something that everybody wanted, right? It was like, I wish I could see what, I post so many things that there's no way in hell I'll be able to figure out what it was. But whatever, how do you know what the time period is for this particular post? And I said, well, for that particular post, it just flipped out. So, like, it literally flipped out of the deck. So it must be pretty recent. It must be coming pretty soon because Spirit wanted me to look at it. But when we do our weekly readings, we ask for the week or shortly thereafterwards. But if you look at some things, and of course, what it was that it was speaking about, I know that they were probably looking at the major, it was probably about love, a time, whatever, and they wanted to know when it was going to happen. Usually everybody wants to know that. But if you look at every part of the message, it also said if you're thinking about making a change, if you're thinking about making a move, if you're thinking about changing your job, if you're thinking about, it's about change and choice. This is the time. This is the time. This is the gateway. And Spirit has been saying to us that right now there is a gateway happening in a lot of areas, in love and in moves and in jobs. There's a gateway that we're in right now in this time period, in the month of November. It's not going to be around for long. So it's a certain time frame that you have. And if you don't take the leap of faith and you don't walk through the gateway when Spirit tells you to walk through, it's going to be a while before it comes back again. Because once you make a choice, then everything starts kind of, then you have to deal with everything that comes from that choice, right? You make a choice and then things start unfolding according to that choice. So if it's something that you really, really wanted, like, hey, I wanted to get into, I want to ask that person out. Say somebody wants to ask me out and they live in California. I'm moving to Sedona. So you got a gateway. I'm out of here. Right? So, or if you take a job and it's somewhere else, or if you choose to move, whatever you do, there's a flow-on-flow effect. There's like throwing a rock in the pond. There's a ripple. So we have a gateway right now. And for me, the gateway, this is my choice. It's time. This is a time. If I want to make a move, this is it. So I'm doing it. And of course, we have to understand, like I've said before, if Spirit course corrects us, because we always say, this is what I want or something better. So whatever is in my highest good, or whatever Spirit knows that I want the very most in my life, then that's where we will go. So the first thing I wanted was to be with the love of my life. That didn't happen. So what's the second thing I want to be? I want to be happy and comfortable with people around where I can make friends that are of like mind, which is a spiritual community. So that means Sedona. So then I take the second choice and I go. Now, if the love of my life wants to show up and say, hey, I've got another plan, he's got a window of time, right? Okay, check it out. This is totally apropos. So there we go. The flame tree, the start of something new. And we're talking about right now. This is right now. So within this week or, shortly thereafterwards, listen to the messages that come through with this particular card. So there's a spark, right? There's this tree. So you think of tree, you think of family trees, you think of tree of life, you think of where you're rooted, or where are your roots at, or what is it that is your soul is rooted in, your path is rooted in, right? So that's your base. Whatever your tree represents to you, could be a couple, right? Starting a family, could be partners in a business, could be who knows what it is. Who knows what it is, but there's a flame, and it's starting. And it's interesting. What is this? That's interesting right there. So what I get, this is rain. Now, there's a full moon, because this is dark. So this is last night. So there's rain coming down on top of this, on this flame, but the flame is so great that the rain's not going to put it out. So it means that you might have challenges. This is what I'm looking at. You might have challenges. You might have fear, which is a water emotion. But that flame is so great that nothing is going to deter it. Nothing's going to stop it. And we have that energy that's perfect, the energy of the full moon, right? It's deep within your soul that this has come from, because the roots run deep where you are. It's definitely, you know, whatever it is, it's something new, a new area of interest for you. Maybe you're starting out, there's some creative project that you want to look into. You've always wanted to do it. Maybe your new instrument you're going to play. Like for me, I'm going to do tarot. I keep saying that. I got to do it. I got to figure it out. But you know what? Sedona is the best place for me to do a tarot class. That's for sure. And whatever it is, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. Those little flames, I mean, those little raindrops coming down, they could pour. They're not going to put out that flame, right? It's going to keep growing and growing. It's going to develop deep. And it's going to be, this is something that is going to remain with you. This is going to remain with you for many, many years, because this is rooted deep within your family tree, your base, your root, your soul purpose. And you're going to be really, really excited about this. You're going to be excited that you have this and that you've chosen to do this. This is something that you deeply love, right? You truly want to be doing this. And right now, all you need to do is, like what I said, relax and allow Spirit to bring it to you. How is this going to happen? Keep an open mind, an open heart over the next few weeks, and pay attention to your intuition. So there's your answer. When is this supposed to be coming to light, or when are we going to be understanding more about this? Within the next few weeks, right? All right, so that's the first message. All right. Song, I've been running around always looking down at all I see. Painted faces in the street that I can't read. I could use somebody. I could use somebody. Someone like you, and all you know and how you speak. So that's somebody that needs that's looking and being drawn to someone of like mind, right? It's like for me, what could I use? I could use my soul family in Sedona, right? They're like me. What could you use? Step by step, break it down. What is it that you need? This person is like big time calling out, you know? Well, then he needs to go after it, doesn't he? Whoa, check this out. Holy moly. The Temptress. So, seduction, deceit, a broken promise. Wow. I haven't had this card show up for a really long time. So, somebody is seducing you. Somebody is telling you something that will never eventuate. They're giving you promises, enticed into accepting something that's going to bring you a lot of difficulty, and it's going to lead to a disappointment. So they don't want you to be disappointed. They don't want you to be seduced. It's interesting how they bring it out. I keep thinking about that step monster, right? The Kardashian lifestyle, because it's the glitz and the glamour. It's or the holy benevolent facade. So it could be a spiritual person that has this facade that is not reality. But the glitz and the glamour, something that looks incredible. Incredible promises are that. They're incredible. If it's way too incredible, they're showing it to you. The all-seeing eye is staring at you. Right? She's sensuous. She's beautiful. She's exotic. But the eye is looking at you. The all-seeing eye of truth. And it's looking at you right in the face. And it's been staring at you the entire time. It's a lie. It's a lie what you've been told. And you've known. Deep down inside, you've already known. So they want you to take a few steps back. Quite a few steps back. She is not coming from the light. She is presenting herself as someone from the light, and she is not. Or he, or it, right? It could be an offer from a group, a job, a woman, a man, a family member. They're a liar. They use what they have to get what they want. This is a narcissist. Wow. Step back and take an objective and balanced look at this and see the real hidden picture. There's a hidden agenda. Wow. Be very, very careful. There's a message for you, an affirmation that you can say I listen to and trust my intuition. I look at every situation from a grounded and balanced point of view. Every positive has a negative and vice versa. I look beyond the superficial and I find the truth. I look for substance and I am not swayed by wild promises. You got to think about it. Has this person kept the promises in the past? Probably not going to change their tune. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'd like to know what that's in regard to. Wow. That's not a fun one to see, is it? You know, but we want to know. We want to know. So if you were wondering about something and you were kind of like, I don't know, maybe they do really mean it. Maybe it's different. Maybe I can trust this. No. Or maybe it's a situation that you were kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. Well, the answer is no. Right? That's pretty loud. Wow. And you know what? Not every single message applies to everyone, but generally they do apply to me since I'm doing the reading. So I would just keep it. If you don't know it, doesn't make, isn't clear, doesn't make sense to you, just keep it in the back of your mind. All right. Winter's End. So you see this girl, completely naked, vulnerable, open and exposed. She looks nervous. Now this can be a man, right? It doesn't have to be a female. So it looks dark to me, but there's light as well. There is new growth. There's little flowers that are bursting, but she looks nervous. Right? She's not quite certain. She's looking to the side like, I don't know. So what they're telling you is the message is regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. So it's good. Even though you might be nervous, it's good, right? You may not even realize it, but the new cycle has already begun because there's already flowers blooming. It's talking about this was your life. The cold, gray period of your life. It's coming to an end. Because Spirit has one thing die, right? It's the death, the rebirth, and the transformation. So the death has happened. The rebirth has already happened. Transformation and rebirth is already here, right? First signs of spring. Even though we're going into winter, this is the spring of your life right now. New sprouts, new flowers. Soon the leaves are going to show up because the flowers come first, right? Opportunities are going to come, and they're going to come unexpectedly. Good things in store, exciting things in store. So when they do come, Spirit wants you to embrace them. So these are new opportunities. This isn't the one that was lying. This isn't the one, this deceitful one. That energy has already been in your arena. This is new, right? So the new unexpected opportunities, you can trust them. Spirit says embrace them. Embrace what your soul has been longing for. Don't hesitate. This is the time, right? It's a prosperous period because we've got new growth. So whatever projects you were working on or things that were slowed down, previously, doors that were closed before, they're now starting to open. And it also speaks about travel, of course, because I'm moving, and a positive outcome. So there's a high five, and that's a yes for me, right? The affirmation that you can say, I give thanks for the blessings that I receive each day. All is possible for me now. All the doors are open. I invite prosperity into my life, and I embrace new opportunities. Bam! Song right now. Raise your glass, right? This is the one. If you think you're gangster, call me up if you're gangster. And if you're, we're only going to ever be nitty gritty, dirty little freaks, but it's like we're the weird ones. We're the wild ones. We're the ones who dance to our own drum, who follow our beat, who listen to our spiritual self instead of what the deceitful ones say, right? Don't be so serious. Raise your glass, right? This is, don't be fancy, right? Just get dancy. Let's do this. Raise your glass. I'm ready to roll, man. I got prickles all over my body. I'm excited. All right, you guys, I'm going to head off to work. Hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you tonight for the weekly reading. That's tomorrow, for our message to dream on. Peace, love, and light.